Nicky Young there. Well, let's talk to Dr. Simon Skillings, an independent consultant and former energy industry executive. Ed Miliband says these are scare stories and actually bluff, but what will happen, do you think, if this does go through?
Well, I think we'll be in for a period of lengthy policy development. These are headline measures and they clearly need to be underpinned by significant developments. And that will take time. And the history of energy policy development has been about a complex market where policies have taken time to implement.
Yeah, but are these empty threats? I mean, will the lights go out? Will companies like Centrica pull out and say, do you know what, if you want more investment for £200 billion or whatever it is, don't look at us?
Well, I think the expression the lights are going to go out is a sort of a shorthand. I guess what they're saying is, you know, right now we don't see how we're going to persuade our investors to come forward and make investments in our current assets and in new assets that we know the system needs to remain secure. And they may be absolutely genuine in saying that. But of course, you know, things will evolve going forward. The government of the day, if these policy measures do come in, will clearly put in place a much more sophisticated package to ensure that that investment is secure and that they can stand up and say the lights are going to stay on. And of course the companies themselves will have had time to think about it, reflect on how things are evolving, you know, and they may think about it differently by then as well.
But isn't the problem here that, you know, these big six energy companies in general have been able to ride on a crest of a wave, making huge profits with very little transparency, because Ofgem hasn't really been able to get to the bottom of quite how these deals are done. Some of these contracts nobody has any knowledge of at all.
Well, I think what's absolutely clear is that the level of consumer confidence in the industry is at an all-time low.
But why? Why is that? You've worked in the industry for many years. Why do you think people are lacking confidence?
Well, it's extremely complicated. People are bombarded by messages about the industry that are very, very difficult to understand. I mean, I think what's important is to recognise that what Ed Miliband has said yesterday isn't really a very radical departure from where the current government has been moving. You know, clearly consumer protection is seen as a very important part of the political narrative at the moment, and the current government has been exploring ways of restricting the number of tariffs that suppliers can put in place, and that's only a very short step away from regulating those prices on the basis of costs.
But I accept that. But when you say people don't have confidence, isn't that because they feel they're being ripped off by the energy companies, and that's because they are being ripped off?
Well, that's a matter for the energy companies to defend. There is a huge amount of information that is being put forward. The regulator has undertaken numerous reviews into the industry. The Select Committee of the House of Parliament has undertaken numerous investigations, and they have all revealed, look, this is an extremely complicated situation. But the facts of the matter are, as you say, customers in general probably don't feel comfortable with the situation, and that is why consumer protection issues are at the heart of the political narrative now.
All right, Simon Skillings, thank you very much indeed.